back is great news for the fixture, for the players, and ultimately for the supporters because that's who we play for.
Brendan Rodgers is a happy man that the Old Firm fans have returned, and you heard from him there. We're going to hear from Barry later on, but let's dive into Brendan Rodgers' comments and dissect them. And I quote, "It's great for everyone. Great for the game, great for the spectacle of the game, and ultimately for the supporters. They get the chance to see their team, which is great. Just to get supporters back in the stadiums again, that's the start point. Hopefully, it can be somewhere near to where it was before because that always created an amazing atmosphere. The club has dealt with it very well. As I've said that before, this wasn't a Celtic thing. This was something that was sadly out of our control at the beginning of it all. Thankfully now both clubs can now come together. It's been a Michael Nicholson and the people behind the scenes that have dealt with it. It's great for us involved in the game. But listen, football as we know it is about the rivalry, and there's arguably no greater rivalry than Celtic versus Rangers in world football. There's many great derbies, of course, but this one being an exceptional one. So I think it's good to have both sets of supporters in, as it always adds to the spectacle. End of quote there for Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers couldn't resist saying it's not a Celtic thing. Right. I mean, it's clearly it's a Glasgow thing. I mean, Rangers are the ones that initiate it, right? I think that's undeniable. But as we've seen recently, Celtic didn't give the fans earlier on this season, which then made Rangers go, well, if you're not giving us the fans, then we're not giving you the fans. Rangers started it, but Celtic have contributed along the way. And that's the fact that matter, man. Alright, but regardless, let's not point fingers. It's good to have them back. Alright, it's good to have the fans back, whether it be, 2,000 or whatever, 2,500, 2,700. It matters, man. It's not a good look when the away team scores and you just hear like deafening silence, apart from like the odd player roaring. To me, it's much better when there's actually a portion of fans in the stadium. But again, as I said earlier, there's going to be that side of people that are season ticket holders, vice versa, and they're going to be like, well, why should I give up my season ticket for a Celtic fan? Why should I give up my season ticket for a Rangers fan? I've already spoke about that. And in terms of an initial reaction to this news, there is a video already earlier on the channel. This is more looking at what Brendan Rodgers and Barry Ferguson had to say. And speaking of the latter, let's hear what Big Barry had to say.
Be good that the fans will be at Celtic Park. I've always said it's something that the fixtures missed. So
So Barry, they're kind of repeating the same thing, but we'll read out Barry's full transcript. Sorry, and I quote: "Good to hear our fans will be at Celtic Park. It's something the fixture has missed. In an ideal world, there'd be more, but I'm just glad our fans will be in the stadium." End of quote. So, yeah, I agree. I think most of us want it to be more, but the reality is, folks, it's not going to happen yet, at least. But let's speak about Clinton and Salah, and this is what Barry Ferguson had to say regarding the youngster. "I sat down with Clinton yesterday. He is a young player, and I explained the situation. It could have been a number of players. I do believe he's a bright future in the games. The young players have to show enough on the training ground. They have to reach a level to be involved. There are some players here who I believe are more than capable of being Rangers players." End of quote. I tell you what, though, kind of worried for Salah. Feel like that might be the end of his Rangers career. I hope it ain't, because there was enough in some of the games that would suggest he can go on to be a great centre back for us. But let's be honest, a lot of shaky moments in there. But more often than not, they come next to fucking Robin Proper. But Barry Ferguson's right. He literally could have subbed anyone at that back line off. Literally anybody. So we'll see how it goes, folks. But anyway, Clinton and Salah, what do you make it? Do you think you should start against Motherwell, or should it be someone else? Rumours are John Souttar he's part of the squad again, so we'll see how it goes. Till then, though, peace.